Welcome to another episode of Home Life Podcast, a podcast where we speak to real people, hear their stories about moving away from home, their struggles, successes, and some lessons that they learned along the way. Today, I speak with Shagun Gupta, a true wanderer at heart, originally from Nagpur, but shaped by Pune, Bangalore, and now Boston. She works at the intersection of environmental science and data, channeling her multi-ethnic upbringing and journey across continents into her career and life. We discuss the unique challenges of double diaspora identity, mastering adaptation across cultures, hilarious and heartbreaking moments as an international student, and what home really means when you're forced to reinvent it over and over. By the end, you'll get a raw insight into managing autonomy, chaos, and family love, plus a candid, unfiltered glimpse of success, setbacks, windows, or lack thereof. It'll make more sense when you watch the podcast, and redefining belonging on your own terms. Enjoy.
Hold up. When did we grow up?
Growing up has been, you already are in two different worlds because you
Yeah.
speak a different language at home and you hear different languages out on the street. I grew up in Nagpur, but
Oh, okay.
and it's more Hindi speaking than it is Marathi speaking. But then I
Yep.
moved to Pune for my undergrad. There, I had like that experience of, oh, you have to speak Marathi or else you will not have the same kind of experience like your peers or your friends would. The kind of Marathi I grew up because I was in Nagpur was quite different from the Marathi that's spoken
Oh, yeah.
in Pune.
Yeah.
So the words are different, and I love learning about languages, and it kind of started off as, just trying to understand those differences. Things like in Nagpur, we would, and this like probably a slang. I'm not sure if it is like a word or not, but like, oh, bhokni, but like andhadi or like that
Yeah.
differences, like the words itself are so different. But then, yeah, I was, grew up with like 3 or 4 languages uh, constantly being spoken around me. But yeah, so that was like that connection where you could also speak Bangla and Marathi. Was like, oh,
Yeah.
there's somebody else who's like me.
Yeah. I like how you said Pune,
Pune.
as a, yeah, that's typical.
Yeah,
But so you're basically, as I say, Probashi
yeah, Pravashi
Bengali, yeah.
Bengali.
And so did your parents move to Nagpur, or did your grandparents? I guess, how did you end up in Nagpur?
Probably a couple of generations in my lineage. I probably come from somewhere which is currently in Bangladesh, but
Okay.
my mom's parents used to have like a government job. They traveled a lot, and then they finally decided to settle in Nagpur.
Okay.
So my mom has grown up in Nagpur her whole life, even though she's also Bengali. And my dad is also Bengali, but he moved to with us, like live in Nagpur.
Yeah.
So originally, like my Babar Bari is in Shiliguri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there is that little bit Pahari connection,
Yeah.
Bengali Pahari connection. But haven't really had that, opportunity to really grow up in like a Bengali community, although there's like a big population of Bengalis in Nagpur. So
Sure.
they grow up with a lot of Durga Pujo and khichuri and Maj Bhaj and all of that. So it was fun. And when I went to Pune, and I did not see as much as like that involvement, maybe just because I did not know of those places initially. So it was like a kind of a change there as well. But yeah, it was like a fun experience to
Nice.
experience your own culture in a different place.
I know. Yeah, you're right. Like I'm very similar because my dadu also comes from Bangladesh. They moved during partition, right? There's so many stories like that. And he they got married. My dadu dida got married. They were in Kolkata, and then from there they moved to first Mumbai and then
Mm-hmm.
Pune back in like the 60s. And
Okay.
so my mom and her two sisters, born and
Yes.
raised in Mumbai, Pune. So it is, you're right, because you inherently, like people say, oh, were you culture shocked? It's a part of that is, um, I guess, blunted um,
Mm-hmm.
by just your lived experiences being from a different culture and growing up in a completely
Mm-hmm.
different state. Because you're always
Yeah.
sort of like an outsider,
Yes.
even though you like, I identify myself. Obviously, I am Bengali, but being born and raised in Maharashtra, Pune is
Yeah.
like my home.
Yes.
Um, so did you have that, I guess, tug of war growing up where you saw your like local Nagpur friends,
Mm-hmm.
they're probably, growing up, they all had shared a culture, and then
Yeah.
at home it was, khichudi maj bhaja for you, but that's not what you saw outside.
Yeah, I think less so in Nagpur, to be honest, because
Okay.
it's very close to Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. So
Yeah.
there is like a bit of a culture mix. But when I went to Pune, that became more pronounced
Mm,
because I saw like the actual Marathi culture and
the
the
authentic.
foods and everything. It was like
Yeah.
the authentic stuff
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and Durgachi coffee and all of that. So I'm like, bro, it's just cold coffee, but like
Yeah.
they'll kill me if I say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that the pride of just living in that city and seeing that it was not as pronounced in Nagpur, but when I
Okay.
went to Pune, that happened. And eventually, in the 4 years that I was there, that I also invite that, and now I shit on other people. And like, Durgachi coffee is the best,
Yeah.
bro.
I know the Pune gets inside of you, right? Like
Yes,
that
and literally
it's like, yeah,
does.
Mumbai is there, all the other cities are there, but Pune is like Oxford of the
Pune is
East.
good.
That's like
Yeah, it
that's
is.
the line I've been hearing since I don't know how long. Pune is the Oxford of the East. There's like this egotistical
Yeah, yeah,
side to being a, yeah, Punekar. Um,
yeah.
so when did you move to Pune from Nagpur? And before we get to that, actually, how was growing up in Nagpur? Because my dad actually he did his undergrad in Nagpur. So
Oh, nice.
I've never
Okay.
been. Again, I have family. I've never been to Nagpur, but I've heard stories from him when
Mm,
he, hostel stories and all of that. But
yeah.
uh, how was it growing up in Nagpur?
Frankly, it was really nice and peaceful. Nagpur, say, 12 years ago was amazing,
Yeah,
or even before that, or maybe it's just childhood nostalgia that you don't know of everything else that's going on in the world.
yeah, yeah,
But I feel like and I was having this conversation with my mom just yesterday that we had a lot more parks and places and third places. That
yeah,
there's something that we talk about a lot right now that we did not like we grew up with. There were good like botanical garden, there was like the Rambasari garden. We would just go beside the lake, sit down. There's like multiple places you could just go,
yeah,
uh, which is not a cafe or not a restaurant. Used to be that, and growing up again, like I said, there were a lot of cultures. So it was not just Marathis. It was like Hindi speaking people. There were like a lot of people from the South India. I was in a South Indian school, so I
okay,
was in Narayan Vidyalaya. So it was uh, it had a very big Malayali culture imbibing in us with like the festivals being celebrated and all of
yeah,
that. It was really nice. I would say it was nice and peaceful. I and for most of my childhood, I had been like one of those people who would do absolutely everything that's available in the school. Like I would study, I would, go- do dance shows, you do some personality shows, you do sports and everything, even if I was
Bengali
not good at.
household, right? Yeah,
Yes,
you have
exactly.
dance and
You have
poetry and
to,
music. You
you
have
have
to.
to, you have to learn everything. So, like trained in Bharatanatyam, you write, you read, there's like a lot of cultures. I did
Yeah,
almost everything. I won't say I'm good at it.
Right.
Most of them, I can just say like, oh yes, I know about it. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was there. And then when you actually grow up and then you realize like what you are doing, and then you understand your interests, and um, probably that's when I realized I wanted to be doing something in the field of environment and sustainability,
Hmm.
but or in pure sciences. I was
Mm-hmm.
always a physics person, um, so I wanted to get into that, but like everybody else, I got into engineering and in IT engineering in Pune. It was in comments, but yeah, I finally had that chance. Like during COVID, when I sat down and I thought about where I wanted to take my life next. I was working in Bangalore, and I just felt like I was doing things which was not making me happy.
Mm.
So so that shift, and thinking of doing a master's to make that career pivot and take my learnings from before. Like I did not leave coding, but now I do different type of coding or something like that. So yeah, I think that journey has been. You're making me want to look back and think about things, and
That's the
I'm like,
point. That's the
ah,
point.
what did I do? I went to school. I came back. I was around books. Because I did not grow up with like a lot of as a friends. Like I did not grow up in a colony, so I did not have as a friends coming home or I going out. So it was
Yeah.
mostly me in the books and reading a lot, and then just finding that creativity within yourself.
Yeah.
So that's how it was. Both of my parents were working, so that's
Yeah.
another thing that added to it. There.
Did you have family around, like extended family?
Uh, People who became families for sure.
Okay.
Not relatives as much, but my the person I call Nani or Didan, she took care of me. Who, like raised me literally because
Yeah.
both my parents went to office.
Working. Yeah.
They were working, so she took care of me, and there were like a bunch of kids. We grew up together. Um, After school and even before school. So I think I went there till I was in fourth or fifth standard. But she used to take care of me, and she's also a Bengali, so that's another reason I can speak Bangla and I have people that I can converse with. Um, and yeah, and I think my parents did an amazing job of finding really good friends,
Mm.
and they are the people I call my mama or chacha or all of that. So, uh, yeah, and then their kids are my siblings. So
Yeah.
that's how I grew up with
Sometimes that's the
my
best
family.
family. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Family that becomes family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the family you choose, the family that's not
Right.
imposed on you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, yeah. Did you
S-
also have like another relatives around?
yeah. So, my dad's side of the family was a little spread out.
Mm-hmm.
Because my dad is Lucknowi.
Okay.
Um, so his, like my grandfather, grandbaba, dadi, I call them, they were in Lucknow all my
Mm-hmm.
life. They eventually moved to Pune, but and then my dad's sister was in Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody and then I had family in Delhi. So like they were all spread out. My mom's side of the family was not concentrated. So
Mm-hmm.
two of my mashis, so three sisters, two of my mashis were in Pune, and
Mm-hmm.
my cousins were there. So every weekend was like, since I was born till like the age of 18 when I came here, almost every
Yeah.
weekend was one of the houses we used to go to.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, it's fun to grow up with kids your age, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think you learn quite a bit, who are not your just friends, if they're a
Mm-hmm.
little more than friends,
Yeah.
um, that that certainly helps.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
yeah, and then I learned Bengali. I'm really bad at reading, like really, really bad. I cannot really write.
I can't read.
Yeah.
I can't write.
I know certain words, certain characters, and I can like pick those out. Okay, this, and then through context clues, I'm like, okay, that is probably that word.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, yeah,
Same
yeah,
for me. I'm like,
it's bad.
no.
It's bad. It's bad, and I don't feel bad because my mom doesn't know how to read or write either, so I don't feel bad. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
My
Um,
dad tried a lot trying to teach me, but he gave up. It's like,
yeah,
can't understand. And
yeah.
then I started mixing up Hindi with the Bangla words.
As one does.
So
Yeah.
yes.
Baba is still the same, right? In Marathi and Bengali. Baba is
Yeah.
Baba. Yeah.
Yeah, Baba is
So,
Baba. When instead
uh,
of that, you write this.
yeah, there's no like the little
Yeah.
line in the ba.
Yeah.
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 Um, did you always want to leave Nagpur? Was that a thought in your mind where I want to go out there, see what's out there? Or were you sort of the person who's like, you know what, I'm happy with my surroundings. I like this. I'm just gonna stick around. Clearly, you left, but
Yeah.
like, was that a conscious effort?
Um, that's actually a very question. I think like there is like a surface level to it, but then
Yeah.
obviously go deeper into it. But I so my parents are travel bugs. We
Okay.
have traveled a lot across India. We did not have a lot of means, but with like growing up, they were also taking care of their own finances. It was just the three of us,
Yeah.
and they would try and make sure every break I got, we would go to a new place in
Oh, that's
India,
nice.
and we would learn about the history, the culture, and all of that. So I became this sort of wanderer, and even though I like stability, I don't like to settle.
Hmm.
So I like my life stable, but I wouldn't want to stay in the same place forever. I feel
Hmm.
at least not till now. Maybe
Yeah.
somewhere in the future I grow old and I'm like, I can't. But there's constant movement in a few years. I seek that change.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
going to Pune was not as decided as it was decided that I wanted to leave Nagpur. I did not,
Okay.
I felt like I had gained everything that I was supposed to gain from that city.
Hmm.
And it was just that time where I'd outgrown it.
Yeah.
And so I decided to move. Pune happened because that's how the system works. You apply to a bunch of colleges and then you get selected
Yep.
into some. Um, but I'm really glad that it did. It gave me a different insight of different kind of experiences. You're just leaving your teens, entering young adulthood, and exploring a city in a different kind of way. It's just kind of away from your parents. You're making new
Yeah.
friends that you um, probably have never known. So
Yeah.
because I was in the same school since I was in first standard. So first to 12th, I was in the same school. So I
Yeah.
knew people for 12 years of my life, some of them. But yeah, that change of having to make new friends and how do I even go? Because I am a little bit like I am an introverted person. So it gets difficult for me to actually go and approach. But I think if you are in like colleges or some certain places where you are in the same, uh, you're facing the same things, you tend to become friends. And I
Yeah.
feel like I found my closest friends and family being in Pune, who are still there, who are still, that group of people that you call up whenever anything good or bad
Yeah.
happens. So yeah, they happen to me after that.
Yeah. Especially that age, like
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's 18 when
Yeah.
you move, like 18 to whatever, 22. Those
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 years are so important because I
Mm-hmm.
remember when I came here, I genuinely had zero worldly, like I didn't know what was happening in the world. I
Mm-hmm.
was literally like, you're just focused on your studies because that's what
Yes.
everybody is telling you. And
Yes.
somewhere along that college experience, you start like almost like I say second enlightenment. You start like waking up, and you're like,
Yeah,
okay, there's
things
a
are
lot of
happening.
stuff happening around me, and then you start looking inwards. It's like, okay, what do you want
Yeah.
to do?
Mhm.
Because it just, yeah, unlike kids here, I've seen a lot of kids here who have that individualistic mindset since the very beginning,
Very true.
where they're like, what do I like to do, what do I want to do in
Mhm.
my life?
Mhm.
Like, I don't think Indians, yeah, we it's by design. Kids in India don't really have that until they get a certain age, and that age is kind of like way later than
Yeah.
usually what these
Yeah.
kids have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you? So I mean, it's quite mechanical, right? The whole process of getting into colleges. You just apply,
Yeah.
you just take a bunch of entrance exams, and you apply, and you get into
Yeah.
Pune.
Yeah.
Was Pune just the one that you kind of got into, or were there a few places that you were thinking of, and you're like, okay, let's Pune hi kar lete?
Yeah. I think there was an option of Mumbai or like I wanted to get into bits, but I could not. But I think it came down between Mumbai and Pune for me.
Okay.
And I did not want to go into a place where I would have even less than what I had in
Huh.
Nagpur. Like government colleges, I usually think are placed in places where you don't have a lot of city life, you don't have the chance of exploring really.
Sure.
So even though they are cheaper and at that time, all that you know is that, oh, your parents told you to apply to these places. Your like people around you told
Yeah.
that this is what you should do, and this is what you're doing now. Okay, fine. I don't know. You are doing it for
Yeah.
me. So there's like you said,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like an
Yeah.
autopilot. You just
Sure. Yeah.
running. That
Yeah. Yeah.
dash just happens, and I think I also had that moment of, oh, I am actually staying away from my parents for the first time in my first year. And that also happened probably 4 months after I had already moved.
Oh.
So
Okay.
initially you're just like, oh, this is a new place. You're trying to figure out stuff. You're
Yeah.
trying to figure out, you know, just the college, your timetable, which classes you have to go to and whatnot. And um, then you finally have that chance of actually sitting down. And when you have settled in your new routine regime, that
Sure.
you think about, okay, I'm not living with my parents anymore, and I've never slept. I did not have my own room, so I have
Yeah.
always slept with my parents, and I've had them around me all the time.
Yeah.
And suddenly, just being away it was like a big adjustment phase. Um, Initially, at least in Pune, we had uh, I stayed in a hostel, so we had like three people staying in the same room. But if any of them was missing, I would get anxious because I was so used to living with
Mm.
people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But just getting comfortable with living on your own, and that
Yeah.
happened when I moved to Bangalore. Again, like getting sun stuff. So too much are coming in. Yeah, but so that happened in Bangalore when I finally had my own room. I was like, I'm done living with people. I cannot share the same space. So that change also happened. We found an apartment which is like a 3 bed, 3 bath, and like I want my own bathroom
Oh,
because I was
that's
sharing bathroom with 20 others, and I want my own place and my own apartment, like my space in the apartment. Obviously, I did not
yeah.
live alone. I still don't live alone, but um, that happened. So finding yourself, uh, like that really happened after I turned 18 or
Yeah.
or more.
The likes and dislikes. Where in Pune were you living?
So I was in Cummins, so I was in Karvinagar, the heart of
Oh, Acha
everything.
Karvina. So that's like
Yeah.
the epicenter of
Yes.
Kothur Karvinagar. That is
Go
as
through
Pune
it,
as you
Karvinagar.
get.
Yeah. As soon as you get,
Yeah.
and thankfully I found really good friends, and a lot of them were local to Pune, so they would
Nice.
take us around. We got to know of like a lot of restaurant recs. So maybe like more in third or fourth year, not in the first, second years, but third and fourth year, we just go around, hang around, um, going crazy. So after a point, that city became my own. And even now I can, just navigate. I can tell people, oh, that place is better than the other one, even though like it's
Yeah.
rapidly changing. But there are still certain things that you can still
Pune
talk
has
about.
this, yeah, Pune has this quality. I feel like anyone can make that city their own
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it is quite accessible in terms
Yeah.
of the size of it.
Mm-hmm.
And, no one, the Marathi word ghai, no one has ghai. No, like
Yeah.
everybody is like, that's Mumbai. And we, like,
Yeah.
I feel like Pune people are like aware of that. It's
Yeah.
like Mumbai is the where you go and your life moves at 1,000,000 miles an hour and you're
Mm-hmm.
chasing dreams. And Pune is
Yeah.
where you come and vacation and take a break from that. That's always
True.
been the case, right? And I feel
Yeah.
like till date, obviously, there's the IT sector and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like at its core, it still gives and offers people that just one gear lower
Yeah. Yeah.
lifestyle. But at the same time, you have options to basically make whatever you want to make, like
Mm-hmm.
the clubs, the bars, the restaurants. It's changed so much since I
Yeah.
I remember Pune in like early 2000s, even like mid 2000s. At least
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in, you know this probably, Aund, Baner.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's where I grew up.
Yeah. So not Pune.
Yeah, someone here told me there was someone at work, and
Yeah.
I told him, and he was Indian, right? So then I
Yeah.
told him like, oh, yeah, I'm from Pune. He's like, oh, I'm also from Pune. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Where are you from in Pune? He said downtown Pune. I'm like, what the hell is downtown Pune? He's like, oh, I'm from Pate. And I said, oh, I'm from Aund Bane. So he's like, oh, the suburbs of Pune. I
Yeah.
said, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, suburbs in
Suburbs.
Pune. So yeah. Um, Once upon a time, Baner was a gao, and Aund used to be kind of just out in the wilderness. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sorry, I went on a bit of a
No, no, no.
Pune.
But I think the pujo that I actually attended were in those areas only. It was
Okay.
not as much in the main city, the downtown of
Yeah. Did you
it.
find? Um, so I don't know. Do you identify yourself with the Bengali community more, or are you more like, Nagpur? How do you identify yourself, or none? Neither of
None.
these. None.
Honestly, none. It very much depends on the context. I will be a Punekar if I have
Yeah.
if I have that company. I'll be a Nagpurkar if I have that company. But company.
Company.
Yeah. But yeah, just because we have grown up like this, right?
Yeah.
We have always been multicultured, not finding a space in any of the, either of this different types of culture, like the
Yeah.
Bengali culture, the Marathi culture, then Nagpur versus Pune versus Mumbai versus
Yeah.
like then going to Bangalore. And I also identify as a Bangalorean at times because
Yeah.
why not?
Why
I
not?
was
Yeah.
technically there for 3 years. And then now I'm living in US and now I'm from nowhere. I'm from everywhere and nowhere. So
That is
uh,
deep.
yeah, that is the theme.
You're the no man's land.
Yes.
Um. So how did Bangalore happen then after Pune?
Oh, I was working as
Okay.
a software developer. I had a very typical tangent. So I went to Bangalore. I was in the healthcare sector for 3 years, and this
Nice.
was during like COVID also happened. So even though I was technically still registered in a Bangalore address, I came back home for like a year and a half, and that's also when I started applying. That phase of when everything around
Yeah.
your surrounding is going downhill and you really think, what is it that I want to do with my life?
Yeah.
So like doing masters was always on my uh, list. It was either masters or PhD, but I think I got into masters. I did not get into the program that I wanted for PhD. So the masters happened yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. But yeah.
Uh,
Um, yeah,
you moved around quite a
yeah,
bit every 4 years. You're
3 4 years.
moving. Are your were your parents kind of just in on the idea like, okay, she's gonna be doing what's best for her? Um, she's gone, left Nagpur,
Mm,
Pune, Bangalore, Alaska,
yeah,
maybe tomorrow.
yeah.
Were they just like, okay, let her do what she wants to do, or were they like, oh, eventually we'd like her to like come back home, or were they like, we'll come to you wherever you are? So I guess what was their mindset? What is their mindset right now?
Honestly, we constantly have these conversations which turn into fights. But I mean, it's on them that they raised me this way where I cannot settle. Um, but yeah, they have been super protective of me throughout my life. Initially, it was a lot more controlling than it was, the loved protection. But
Hmm.
eventually, we did find with a lot of fights that sort of harmony where they have kind of reluctantly accepted that this is how I am.
Yeah.
Um, they wish that I wasn't, but they would just be like, okay, ठीक है, I'm going here. Initially, it was like, can I go here? No.
Nah.
Now it's like, I'm going here. But that change happened through a lot of, I would say, fights
Tough
and
conversations.
just
Yeah.
wanting more autonomy with my own decisions.
Sure.
And and it's also because they are the same way. They have been the
Yeah.
same way. They have made their own decisions all their lives. They haven't been people who have been bound by their families or their parents. And like my dad left his family, moved in with my mom, and he was like, I am choosing love. I am going to
Wow.
Nagpur. I'm going to be. They can't expect me to not be that. So,
Yeah, exactly. That's a great thing to bring up during arguments, right? You guys did this. Why are you stopping
exactly.
me? Yeah.
Exactly. But I'm really glad that we are very close. I'm almost in a way dependent on them that they still provide me that kind of emotional support, even if they are not able to provide me any other type of support. So even if we will, you know, take each other's hair off because we fight so much, we are always going to be there for each other. So I think that transition from being parents to being friends, we're still trying to find a bit of
Yeah.
footing. And they're like, oh, just come back home, we'll figure it out. Like, nobody's going to pay back the 100K loan that you have taken. We don't have the means. It has to be from a job that has to be higher paying than anything that you'd get in India.
Yeah.
So, um, so yeah, I think sometimes you just need a person to be there, even
Yeah.
if they annoy the hell out of you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I got laid off too 2 weeks ago.
wow.
So yay.
Oh,
Yeah, layoff buddies.
they are buddies.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Obviously
I,
it's a little more, I think, critical. So I'm a citizen here. So it's
Mhm.
I know friends who've got laid off who are on H1B. It's a little more critical, right? You have 60 days. Um
Same. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm on
yeah, yeah, yeah.
H1B.
So
Yeah.
praying for you,
Mm.
hoping everything works out.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
but
So,
I mean, parents, I think, and I'm talking like, oh, I know, like, I don't have kids. I'm not at that. I'm just like trying to put myself in their
yeah.
shoes. I think
Yes.
parents also have a growing up to do, and I can see
Yes.
myself having to do
Yeah.
that growing up because,
Hmm.
you know, it's like as though if like you have your phone, you take care of your phone,
Yeah.
you put a screen protector on it, you make sure it doesn't break,
Hmm.
and then imagine the phone turns around. It's like, hey, I'm gonna leave you, and I'm gonna go on this big, uh, I'm gonna go on this big adventure,
Voyage
and
called life.
yeah, without the screen protector, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to watch me do this from afar, hope I don't break, and I mean that. I'm
Yeah.
using phone as an analogy, but with a human being, I can see that being 10 times harder to just like let go She's like, hope
Yes.
we taught her well. We'll see what happens. And then naturally, I think there is that growing up to do,
Mm-hmm.
the growing up that parents have to do.
For sure.
It's
For
important.
sure.
It's I think everybody kind of goes through that stage.
Yeah. Yeah. And just because I am a single child and I have absorbed their behavior so much in my life that I tend to intellectualize where they're coming from. And it's also like a superpower. Like, you are feeling this because you think like this.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
God.
uh, but yeah, I do understand where they come from, but then I also have to kind of gentle parent them to be like, it's okay to just, let go a little
Yeah.
bit. I
Yeah.
am not running away. I'm still your kid. I'm still
Yeah.
yours, but it's gonna be certain changes and through each step of life, like going to Pune, I was just never been away from them, and suddenly I'm going and sleepless nights, constant, like just come back home, all of that. But then when I moved to Bangalore, that happened a little less. When I moved to US, that happened even less.
Yeah.
So you take that. Although for US, it's a little difficult because like literally the other side of
Right.
the world.
Right.
Um,
But it's good that you
but
took
they were like,
it in
yeah,
steps.
yeah,
I feel like,
yeah,
because I'm sure they started gaining trust like
yeah,
4 years in Pune, 3 years in Bangalore. Like you're
yeah,
still doing well. Everything's
yeah.
okay. Not the
I'm
world
still
hasn't
alive.
collapsed. Yeah, exactly. So that I'm sure that trust builds, and eventually
Yeah,
when you did come to the US, it was like,
yeah,
okay, she knows
yeah.
what she's
She
doing.
knows. She knows what she's doing, and the fact that it's a different country, different system, rules, laws, um, banking, everything is different.
Yeah.
Taxes, anything, like everything that they have probably helped me with, they can't anymore.
Yeah.
And they don't know most of the rules. They all of these acronyms that I kept using. Oh, OPT, CPT, STEM, H1B. They're like, why are you talking in alphabets? What is this? Why is there an I-20? Why is there an I-140? What is all of this I-94? There's so many forms and so many things which I myself have to figure out because I don't have people that I can ask. And
Yeah.
historically, I've always asked them. They have been the ones who tell me about things. They told me about PF and like the EPF and NPS and all of that in India.
Hmm.
And then come here and suddenly it's 401 IRA and all of that stuff.
It's
So
different.
like,
Completely
yeah,
different.
it's completely different, um, and I have to understand myself and then explain it to them, and then I lose my patience, and then I would be more like let me do it,
Yeah.
and then I'll tell you. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Bangalore, it seems, again, outside looking in, it seems if you're a
Mm-hmm.
developer,
Mm-hmm.
that's like the zenith, at least in India.
Yeah, for sure.
You
Yeah.
can really make a good career there.
Mm-hmm.
You will be stuck in traffic a lot, but you will make a good career there.
Stay
Um,
close to the office.
there you go. Solved. What made you like just, you know, want more, I guess, or want something different?
I kind of hinted this before. I was stuck in development. I can do it. It was not something I wanted to do.
Okay.
And I have always been interested in pure sciences, earth science, and just so my mom is a remote sensing scientist, my dad is a computer science person, and now I am doing like both. I did both. I'm like, I'm going to do exactly what both of you did. But I I was applying to different courses where I could use data science as like a stepping stone, but then apply it on a different type of problem statement, like solving climate issues.
Sure.
And it was a journey. And when I had applied, everyone around me was applying for MS in CS, MS AI, MS ML. Like it was only computer science based. Everybody that I knew, like choosing an alternate career, I personally don't know anybody from my previous life who did this.
Okay.
So even like going through some consulting firms that you have, like I for my when I was applying, I was like, where do I even apply? How
Mm,
do I even find courses? Like, what is the process? Just tell me. Even they did not know much because everybody was just applying to like mostly computer science
right.
or related fields, or it was like say MBA, which is a little bit more how people would do. So yeah, that was again another place where you had to make that own decision and like figure things out, do the research
Yeah.
yourself, and hope that it works out. And
Yeah.
thankfully, I got into UMich, and there is where I actually understood. Okay, I want to save the planet, but how? So
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
into like extreme weather, climate risk, and all of that happened when I was doing projects. I was interacting with people, understanding that I like finance. I like, the risk management side of things. I also like a bit of like I love research, so I
Mm,
would continue, being this multifaceted person, but with no one specific thing that I can really claim as being my specialty. So um, that having that freedom of really figuring out that you don't have to be just a developer. You don't have to be
right.
just, uh, doing git merges and whatnot for your entire life. You don't have to raise a PR.
Yeah.
Maybe you still do. I still had to, but it was like I was in the application of things,
Yeah.
and that freedom I got after coming and being in this program, which was very um, diverse in the way it is
Hmm.
um, set up. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Again, I guess
But
the same question because UMich, great school, it's my rival. So my sister went there, but whenever we play each other in
we don't
football,
consider you guys rivals. You're just like a,
I know you
tiny
guys consider
brother.
Ohio State rivals, and
Yeah, for what
but
reason, I don't know. But
I,
like Ohio in general, that
yeah,
state
Ohio.
is
That's one
banned.
thing that both colleges, MSU and UMich, can get together. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
Ohio as a state. It's like, what do you guys have? At least like Michigan has the lakes, right? Ohio is like landlocked. That's a whole separate issue.
Yeah. It has like
Um,
this part of the lake.
yeah, that's it, tiny. Um, so I mean, Michigan as a school, it's great. As a place to stay, not a lot of like Indians, I feel like, would
Hmm.
pick this as number one. I had to come here because my mom got transferred here. That's how I came
Oh,
here.
okay. Hmm.
Um, how did you make that decision, or was it again same question? How did you choose
Yeah.
Pune? How did you choose MS? How did you choose Michigan?
UMich.
Yeah.
I think it was easier because it's the best ranked school for, and
Ah,
yeah. So,
okay.
uh, barring IVs, I would
Yeah.
say, like also certain IVs, it's higher than a lot of IVs as well. So the program itself is one of the best in the country and probably in the world. And so I also got into a couple of other colleges, but that was for more data science based roles. And
Okay.
I kind of made up my mind that I wanted to go in environmental sciences.
Okay.
Sustainability was going to be my thing, and really want to, this is for passion. And I got into a tremendous debt because of it. I still regret getting into debt because of it. But yeah, choosing Michigan was, and to be honest, I want to go to the South Pole. I want to go to the North Pole. I want to be in Alaska. Michigan is probably one of the most docile places of all of these. So,
Yeah, nothing dramatic. I like Michigan because of that. Nothing dramatic happens in Michigan. But I mean, there's snowfall. You get amazing fall and amazing summers. That's it.
and 9 months of excruciating cold.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Although, like couple, last few, I mean, you're in Boston. So Boston is like, yeah, it gets cold. And then you guys get like a feet and a half of more snow than
No,
Michigan does.
no,
Boston, East
no,
Coast?
no. Michigan gets a lot more snow. I would know.
No
I am
way.
I am in this field. Yes,
Oh, yeah,
it
you are
is.
the expert. Well, shit.
Yeah, but in at least in the last 5 or 6 years, Boston has had less snow each year.
Really?
It has had like 3 events or like 3 years where it got snow. And the
Hmm.
year before this, it had no snow at all in the entire winter. And also happens to
Huh.
have more sunny days. I don't know if that's a fluke, but uh, but the one winter that I have been here, it had more sunny days and I had less seasonal depression. Ann Arbor, and like maybe East Michigan in general had so much cloud cover the entire time that that's when I actually realized what seasonal depression was because I was
Hmm.
like, yeah, what is all this?
I know. Yeah.
Nothing like this happens. This is some random made up stuff, but no, it is real. It is very real. And I used to live in Munger, so if you know about Munger, it was made by Charlie Munger. Um, like heavily donated money. His thing was that we would have apartments, grad housing, where people from all different types of like roots. So we had medical, we had African studies, we had all of these people would
Hmm.
just come and live in the same apartment, and none of the rooms will have a window, so that you are forced to convene in the main hall. So the apartment was huge. It had like a huge kitchen, huge living space. There were windows in the living space, but it was a 7 bed apartment, 6 to 7 bed apartment, and none of the bedrooms would have a window. And that was designed so that people would come out of their rooms and talk and
Oh,
interact,
that's
and which was like
torturous.
exactly.
You said you're an introvert, right? I can imagine how torturous that is.
Yes. So the thing that happens, and especially when the seasonal depression phase hits you, is that you stay in your room the entire time. You don't know if it's day, if it's night. I have the sun clock, which I still carry. So that's the only way of, having some sort of sunlight, and then you're like dragging yourself out for a coffee, and then you're back and you're doing your assignments. And that was most of my winter for the 2 years that I was there. It was bad. It was really
That
bad.
sounds. I'm so sorry you had a rough time in Michigan because.
No, I mean, like, apart from the bedroom part of it,
Acha.
it was amazing.
Apart from the
It was
most important place in your life, which is your bedroom, rest everything.
as the place you stay,
Yeah.
but yeah, the apartments were really nice and it was well equipped. They had a nice gym, they had everything else. It was really nice. So all of my friends would just come in because it was centrally located.
Right.
And but when it's snowing and there's like a couple of foot of snow, just feet of snow. Nobody is coming anywhere. They're just staying in their houses, cozied up with a hot chocolate.
Oh
Nobody's
yeah.
coming out.
You know,
Yeah.
I think, and I don't know what your mindset was coming here, but my mindset was like, okay, first of all, I didn't know exactly. I'd heard it snowed
Mm.
a lot, but after the first year, after going through the winters for at least the first
Yeah.
time, my mindset was like embrace everything.
Yeah.
Like, just do it like the locals do it, right?
Yeah.
Get into the spirit of every single season. Uh,
Mm.
because that's just the way to survive.
Yeah.
If you fight it, you're gonna screw up, and then
Yeah.
it'll affect you yourself. I don't know. Was the weather the biggest challenge that you faced coming here, or were there other things like I know making
Mm.
friends is one thing that a lot of people struggle with. Was that something? Yeah, you faced
Uh,
challenges and
yeah, for sure. I think weather happened a little bit later because
okay,
we come in August and it was colder than India, of course, and I
yeah,
was still freezing. But it wasn't bad. Like the bad part of it hadn't hit
sure,
initially. I think the first mishap that happened was that the day I arrived to US, and this was my first international anything. I'd never been out of India, even though within India we had traveled a lot. Never been out of India, so I did not know too much. there's only a certain level of things you would think of asking people.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like people say just ask questions. How do I know what to
You
ask
don't know
if
what
I
you don't
don't know
know. Yeah.
anything?
Yeah.
so so the first time I flew in, my port of entry was Boston, and um, I come in, my flight is delayed by almost an hour and a half, and my next flight was from Boston to Detroit, and I did not have my boarding pass with me, and the people in Mumbai had said that, oh, just get it printed. You are checked in, but you just need to get it printed. I did not know that we could also, just use an app or something like that. It
Yeah.
did not click.
Yeah.
Jet lagged. It's just happening things for the first time. This is the longest 18th of August of my life. And I'm just coming here and I arrive and I say that I just need my boarding pass printed. And they said, oh, the boarding's closed. We can't let you go. But my bags have gone already. So I'm stuck in Boston. This is my first day in a new country. My phone's not working
Shoot.
because like
International.
I did
Yeah.
like that eSIM thing, but that did not
Yeah.
start, and nothing was. It did not kick in. But thankfully, the Boston airport Wi-Fi, I was just like sitting. What do I do? Where do I go? What am I supposed to do? And then I remembered,
Yeah.
oh, my best friend stays in Boston. Why am I thinking so much? Called her, like, bro, I'm stuck. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm coming to pick you up. And like that, the fact, this best friend from Pune, like I said, she was here, and she's not. She does not live in Boston anymore, but she was here. Like, I'm coming to pick you up. Having that family was so important.
Mm.
So creating that connection before was so important. And then and this is probably in the middle of the night in India, and I'm not able to call my parents either. Not able to tell them all of this is happening. I have missed my flight for the first time in my life, and this has never happened before. So the day in Boston goes, the next day I'm booked for the flight. I fly into Detroit, and I do have a picture that my bags had arrived already in
Okay.
the same flight that I was supposed to go, because I made a friend who was also going to Michigan, and they had like picked a picture and sent it to me. I reached there. I show them the pictures. I have my bags. Where are they? It's like, no, if they are not here, they're not there. There's some new guy
What
who's
the
working
hell?
in the baggage counter. So my bags, which has my entire life, which is packed. I don't have clothes. I don't have anything. I just have like that tiny suitcase, the and it
Carry
had my
on. Yeah.
documents.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only had my documents and probably, the food and essentials that you can get. That's it. I put all of my clothes, everything else in the two suitcases that I packed my life in. And now that's not there. And I know that it arrived. So my first thought was, did it get stolen? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And and it was just crazy. And I had to take a bus to Ann Arbor. I came
Wait, so you
there,
just
and then
without your bags, you didn't have your
I did
bags.
not have my bags. I filed a claim,
Okay.
because apparently that's what you're supposed to do. And this is the first time I was hearing about it.
Yeah.
Nobody around me had that kind of experience. And it's like, is this a first world country? How is it that I'm it's first day here, my flight's gone.
Oh
I've missed
God.
my flight for no problem of mine. Like, it's like I reached, but they won't print me a boarding pass. I was checked in, but they won't print me a boarding pass. They did not let me board. I come to this place and my bags have arrived, but they don't seem to find it. And they are taking no efforts to find it either, because back in India, if I, just raise my voice once and like, do you know what you're
Ma-
doing? Car, nikal saman.
uh,
There'll be 10 people scrambling
yeah, like
around.
madam,
And try,
up, Shantri, yeah, we'll
Shant
see. Yeah,
raho,
yeah,
aap
yeah,
baitho,
yeah,
we'll find
yeah.
it,
Yeah,
we'll do
here
something.
it's like,
I
uh,
would not do it. Like, I would not
yeah,
raise my voice.
yeah, yeah.
And this guy is telling me that, oh, I don't know how things work. I'm like, dude, you work here. How do you not know where things might be?
Yeah.
And this is so, it's like, do you know how to do your job? But I was so frustrated. Did not get my bags filed for a claim, and I did not know if I was ever going to find them. And thankfully, I only had my documents. And I had one ATM card, like the Forex card,
Yeah.
which I forgot the pin of. So I come here, I have no food, I have no clothes to change into, I have no bed sheets to get into the bed. I just come here,
And
and
on top of that,
it's like the
no
worst.
window in your room.
No window. Yes, the no window. And I just lost it. I cried and I cried and I
Aw.
cried. And then I was like, this is not going to help. I have to get up. I ask people around. My internet's not working, so I load the maps, find the nearest Target, go there, get some clothes, get like a body wash,
The
a lotion
essentials,
or
yeah.
something, something, and just go there, get that, come back, and that's how I spent my first 48 hours in
Oh
the US, and
boy.
it's just crazy.
So, did you ever get your bags?
I got my bags after a couple of days.
Okay. So, was it
Yeah.
in that airport or did it get routed somewhere else?
It was in the airport. It was
This
just
guy was
kept
just
in
a
a different area.
dumbass. Yeah.
Yes,
Ah.
yes. Did not want to take the effort. And
Yep.
thankfully, they delivered it to the home, and that it happened. I had my bags. I was happy. So somewhat, but I had become so numb by then. I don't know what am I supposed to do. I don't have clothes to wear. I don't. It was very cold for me. I did not have a jacket either.
Oof.
So thankfully, people around me stepped up and they tried to help me around as much as possible. And they are also
Okay.
new, they don't know me.
Right.
So,
Well,
um,
the good thing is
yeah.
that if that's your first day, everything's going to be better from that point. Hopefully it was.
Uh, I mean, similar things did happen. I did miss my flight one more time, but by then I had my phone. I had like ATM cards. I can, like a credit card or something
Yeah.
that I can just, go out and buy things for myself. And I knew the lay of the land better. But yeah, that happened the first day itself. I don't know why am I looking like this, but so yeah, that was the worst thing that could happen to somebody who's going to a new country, and that happened to me.
I agree. Yeah.
And yeah, but thankfully people around me stepped up. I had at least someone. If I went to say Netherlands, if I went to any other country, for example,
Yeah.
where I was also looking at colleges at AIM, I did not know people there. At least that way, US has a lot of people that
Yeah.
have come from Mumbai, Pune, and like
Sure.
you can just rely on.
Well, also language helps, right? Because
Language
we
helps.
can speak English. Everybody speaks
Right.
English here.
Yes.
As opposed to, yeah, if you're gonna go to Germany,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it'd be pretty rough.
The farmers market guy was definitely a little, like this. What is brinjal? No.
Brinjal. Lady fingers. Can I get lady
Lady
fingers?
fingers.
They're
What
like
is
this
lady fingers?
person's a serial killer asking me for ladies' fingers.
Yeah, we know English, but it's a different kind of English.
It's
So
I there's these moments that you remember. I remember I went up to like Meyer, right? Meyer.
yeah.
I went
Yeah.
up to a Meyer clerk and I was like, "Do you know where curd is? Where I can find curd?" And they were like, "What do you mean curd?" It's like, "No, I want like hung curd." And he's like, "What the fuck is
Who
hung
is
curd?"
scared and why is
Yeah, because he was like, "You mean like cheese curds? Because cheese curds,
yeah,
you get the cheese
yeah,
curds here."
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm like, and I didn't know what he meant. He didn't know what I meant, and so there was a lot of googling happening. Like, okay, what
yeah.
is dahi called in the U.S.? And so it's yogurt. Okay,
Yogurt.
everything's yogurt. Also, tap. It's like faucet. I'm like, okay, faucet. Remember faucet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lift versus elevators. What?
elevators. Yeah,
Autumn and fall.
yep.
Yeah.
Um, and so then finally you I was going to say settled, but really you're kind of
Mhm.
moving. Seems like
Yeah. Yeah.
we've established that 3-4 years new place.
Yeah.
So Boston, was it through work you moved, or was
Boston
it
was because my
okay?
bestie. Um, I did not have a job when I graduated, and
Okay,
I was in the middle of applying and interviewing. So Mangat lease was ending. So she said that just come, stay with me. And Boston was also one of those cities that I really had liked, and it reminded me a lot of Pune.
Mm,
It's because a lot of student vibe, big
yeah.
city, but still quaint,
Yep.
takes a step back. Um, it's very pretty. And there's this that, air of you hear people talk about different things, which I also found in Midwest was nice. At least in Ann Arbor, with lot of diverse people, and especially the program that I was in,
Yep.
had very few Indians, people from all around the world. I got to experience a lot of different types of cultures, and I was seeking that when I wanted to move. I do not like Chicago as much. It's
Mm-hmm.
controversial take, but I do not like it as much. Um, but yeah, Boston was definitely one of my top cities if I ever had the option of moving to. So, so Boston, New York reminds me a lot of Pune, Mumbai.
Pune, Mumbai. Yeah.
It's literally the same, just different demographic. So the life is also quite similar in both the cities. So I moved here. I also got the job, which was based here. So I was working for more than a year here. And I think you asked this question a little bit towards the beginning of it. A lot of people ask, why don't you just go back or like find something else? In all of the chaos, I found a sense of peace, a sense of freedom, a sense of um, belonging that I
Mm-hmm.
don't think a lot of people really talk about or um, accept.
Mm,
This, I have my life here. I have my little pond, my little river that I go next to and sit and read a book, which I would not be able to if I had to go back to India. I'm not saying that it's an amazing country and has a lot other types of opportunities. Maybe it's just right now not for me. And uh, the kind of life, the kind of stability that I
yeah.
want is going to be a little difficult to maintain there. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
yeah.
your life is kind of set here, and then it's
Mm,
not as easy as like waking up one day and being like, you know what, I'm just gonna uproot myself right here and then, go back to
yeah.
Bangalore or to wherever, Mumbai,
Yeah.
Nagpur, try to find. Um, but I think life will just take its own
Course.
course,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean,
Beggars can't be choosers for sure.
I don't think anyone can be choosers. There's not. I mean, and I think innately being Indian, being Bengali, I think that
Mm,
there's such a such importance put on getting getting the highest level of achievement
yeah.
and making something,
Yeah.
with that, like making something of yourself with having the highest level
Mm,
of intellect that you
yes.
can.
Yeah.
When that doesn't work out and something bad happens to you, or like that doesn't compute. Like I've taken all the right
The
steps
right
to get
steps. Yeah.
to where I
Yeah.
am,
Yeah.
and something out of your control has happened. In reality, you are losing your mind.
Yeah. You are losing your mind for sure. And especially in this system that has been set up that you need a job to survive, and
Yeah,
like you need a like you need some sort of earning and constant source of monetary supply, unless and until you're a trust fund kid or something like that, you
yeah,
can't really make that choice for yourself that okay,
yeah,
this has happened, I'm going to take a break, go explore the world. Not going to happen. You have bills to pay, you
yeah,
have loans to pay back, you have yourself to support, your family to support in certain ways. So it we are somehow tied down to having to do the work.
right.
And like you said, like our sense of respect is associated with our intellectual achievements. And
Ego hai,
eh,
ego, sab mein
ego
ego
hai,
hai.
just have to not take it personally too much. And
Yeah, and not give up. I feel like because a lot of
yeah.
people, um, they just kind of go into the woe is me
Mm, yeah.
mindset. it's like उतना करने को time नहीं है, just keep,
टाइम
you
नहीं,
know.
एग्जैक्टली टाइम ही नहीं है। ये बहुत सही बात बोली,
Yeah,
इट्स टाइम नहीं है यार।
time नहीं है,
Yeah,
just keep hammering the wall.
yeah. I was having this conversation like, how do you manage, cooking for yourself and cleaning and all that? That's like least of my concerns right now, cooking and
Cooking
cleaning.
and cleaning.
That's that's on autopilot. Probably that's the biggest thing that you think about when you're, like buy nahi aaye aaj, back
Yeah.
home. So that's the biggest headache that you have. Cooking, cleaning, अरे करना ही पड़ेगा. That's how you survive. And then it's just 10 other things. Then it is a new country.
Yeah.
Then it is like all the rules and regulations that are constantly changing every single day. And then it is, you have to keep yourself, hold yourself, and still, keep applying, keep making sure that you are creating opportunities for yourself. You're going out, not losing on your social life either, like not holding inside your house, taking care of your mental health, physical health, all of these
Yeah.
things. Cooking and cleaning is probably the least of our concerns.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Awesome.
so
Well,
yeah.
and I asked this question to everyone. You've lived away from home for a while now.
Mhm. Mhm.
How has your concept of home changed, or has it changed?
For sure, it has changed a lot. Um, Home for me is now not tied to locations. It's what I make of it. I think for a part of my life, it was also home was people.
Yeah.
Home was certain people, and wherever they were, that used to be my home. But not anymore. Um, it's just what I make of it. Home is my sanctuary. It's my little things. It's my probably the corner that I sit in and just have that sense of peace for myself. And it does not have to be anywhere. Like it can sometimes just be, you go to an Airbnb or you go to a new place and you find the waves crashing and then you're just sitting there and that's home for you because it gives you that sense of peace. So home has changed a lot. Home is anywhere that I can be myself.
Yeah. Anywhere with windows, right? That we've established that. I still don't believe that
See,
you
I
didn't have
survived.
windows. I know.
I survived for 2 years without the windows. I can make
You're living
do
like
with
Harry
any
Potter.
place. What if I go to Norway and then I don't have sun for the 6 months?
At least you can see the clouds through a
True,
window.
but
Actually, what's funny, because I got like a little taste of that before where I live right now. After college, I moved to you've probably heard of Royal Oak,
yeah,
Michigan. Yeah, so that's
yes,
like, that's the cityest of the city that you can get in this part of Michigan. It's like all the new college grads go and live there.
yeah,
Like there are clubs, bars, restaurants, and stuff. Like cool. It's
yeah.
like I'm gonna be one of those guys. I'm gonna live in downtown Royal Oak. So I got a extremely overpriced studio apartment. What
Uh-huh.
I compromised for was that it was in the basement,
Uh,
and I didn't really window, right? I had like a little slit where I could
yes.
look at the outside world. I felt like a hobbit. And unfortunately, in the summertime, bushes used to grow right in front of this. And so
So your better time was
yeah,
windows.
there's plants growing inside my apartment. And my girlfriend at the time, my wife now, she when she first came over to my place, she was like, wait, what is this place that you're living in this?
Why are you in a dungeon?
Why? Exactly. And that too, it was like a tiny place. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm done with photosynthesis happening right outside, and feeling the effects of it. So if
Yeah.
I felt that, so I can imagine what you felt. So yeah, home
Yeah.
is where windows are. I guess that's
Home is where windows are.
yeah,
Or yeah. But if you're in front of an ocean, you don't really need windows.
that's true.
Just like
That's true. Yeah.
Just
if
looking
you're
around.
if you're homeless, you don't really need windows, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Shagun, it was so nice talking to you.
Yeah.
It was fun. I feel like our kind of lives were quite similar.
Hmm.
Being Bengali, being born and raised in Maharashtra, then
Maharashtra,
Pune connection as well as Michigan.
Michigan
So I
connection.
yeah, wishing you all the best for it.
No one. And same to you.
Hopefully,
Hope you find something, or this podcast takes off and you never have to work again.
hopefully this episode will take off. Maybe. Yeah, बस celebrity बन जाएगा बस वही चाहिए यार.
बस बस
बस
घर पे बैठने का पैसा छापने
पैसा हाँ.
का.
Done. Done.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
So
All right, Shagun.
yeah,
Thanks
it
so
was
much.
amazing. Thank you so much for having me and listening to me yap. Um, obviously I can do that for hours, but thank you so much for making me feel comfortable enough that I was able to yap about things. Introvertness just become an hindrance sometimes, but
No worries. It was all you. And yeah, next time I come to Boston, I'll come say hi.
yes, no, if you're ever like Boston, New York, or if I am in Michigan, I'm gonna pop a message.
Perfect.
Um, yes.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for having me and speaking with me. And all the best for the podcast. And
Thank
hope
you.
you get to have more and more amazing conversations and never have
Thanks
to
so
work again.
much.